Oh, I'm looking for something right quick. Be right there. Uh-oh, sorry, y'all. Okay. Oh, hi everybody. This time I ain't come on YouTube without a subject in mind. I actually have something that fell on my mind. And this is a little bit about my old traumas and my cancer situation that I'm dealing with right now. And this is just like I guess what you call it, a PSA of like where you trying to tell people who in the throes of some of the things that I done been through right now and how it affects people later on down the line. So last night, I was on live and I talked to you all, and I said out of my mouth that in this time with what I'm going through right now, it's like I feel like I'm a bum, like I don't get up and move around, I don't get up and do stuff. And in anybody's right mind, I would never look at somebody that has cancer and is going through chemotherapy and say to them that they are bummed because they're not getting up and going, moving around or whatever. But because I know who I am, well, not fully, because I still have doubts of myself every day. And the more I come on and I talk to you all about how I feel about what I'm going through and how I sometimes visualize myself, with me calling it out every day makes me more aware that I do those things and I think about things along those lines. So I said I feel like a bum, but I couldn't possibly be a bum. I got a whole garden out there that y'all see me go out in almost every day and do what I do, but I haven't been able to do those things today. So uh, as of these past couple of months, because I just feel like I'm just physically, mentally, everything is like drained away from me. So last night, with me saying that, I knew this morning that I needed to call my doctors and talk to them about go ahead and the 2 extra hours that I need because I have an iron deficiency. And I hear them saying an iron deficiency, which means my iron is low. I'm anemic, whatever along those lines. But I didn't do no research because they ask you, don't do the WebMD stuff because it'll freak you out and give you anxiety and all of this kind of stuff. So it's better if you ask us about it. So um, I made an appointment, but realizing, dang, if I get chemo on the 28th and then I got an appointment on the 1st, I'm gonna have to muster up some energy to get to this appointment the next few days, and I don't want to have to do that. So let me call them and see, can I get it an extra 2 hours on the day of chemo and just get it all done and over it at the same time. So I called the doctor's office to ask them about giving me the extra 2 hours, and they put my nurse on the phone, and she is like, oh yeah, we can definitely switch it around. And she says, when we're saying you're deficient, she say you are severely deficient. And so I said, also, so I take the time, and usually I try not to bother them because I know it's a lot of work going on in there or whatever. But right now I have to consider myself also. So I said to this lady, which is something that I skip over from time to time. So I said, let me either go ahead. I said, when you say iron deficiency, I say, what kind of problems can iron deficiency cause for me? She said, well, let me just explain it to you like this. She says, you getting up and walking to the mailbox can feel like you just ran a mile. She said, you can feel like if you get up to go to the bathroom, she said it can feel like you just walked a mile. And she said another thing is you're winded, which is something that I've been saying to you all when I talk to you all at nighttime, having a conversation with y'all. I don't know if y'all hear me. I take these pauses and I be like, it's like I'm so, everything is so exhausting. So, how did I get to this place where I feel like, because of what I'm going through now, is I feel like a bum? Let's go back to the childhood when any and everything that you do, and this is for the ones that, and you don't have to call it out and you don't have to see it, because who it's for, they gonna see it, um and get a little encouragement to do something different. Because I know that there's parents out here that do things to their kids and nobody don't know that they do those things. I had a mama that did that. She did things behind closed doors that she wouldn't do in front of other people. She treated me like I was royalty in front of other people at certain times. But when we got behind closed doors, it was a different situation. But when you call your kids names like stupid, dumb, and they try and come to you and tell you about something and you don't make them worthy of listening to you, you don't make them worthy of having your ear to hear what they saying, even if it's foolishness. Listen to it, and then you make your best judgment from there. But don't cut your kids off from what they trying to say to you. Don't automatically call them a liar. If you know you got a liar on your hand, those of you who understand, you understand what I'm saying. When you're one of those, and just because you done had a bad day, you don't want to hear nothing your kids got to say, it's a setup for something so much bigger and worse in your kids' life. There's things that I tried to tell, there's things that I did tell, and everything went against everything that I said, everything that I told, everything that I did. So it then turned me into a person that I don't tell anybody what I'm going through. I don't tell somebody when they hurt my feelings. I don't tell somebody when I'm mad at them. I just try and fake and pretend. Well, I don't do those things any longer. But I'm telling you, you parents who didn't want your kids to grow up and be strong-minded people and want them to fend for themselves, if those are the kinds of things that you do to your kids, you setting them up for, um I wouldn't say a lifetime, but you're setting them up to be able to not stand up for themselves, to not speak for themselves, because it starts at home, and them to then start bashing in on themselves and making everything their fault. So if you one of them ones that you, every time your kid open your mouth and you want them to shut up, you want them to go to their room, you want to give them a tablet, get them out your face, shoo them away every time they come in your face, it is a great setup. So here I am today as a full grown woman, and I'm still, do I have really big struggles? No. But the realization of I've been doing these things, and then to call myself, to say that I even feel like a bum when I know I can't possibly be anywhere close to that. Sorry about that. And hey, hi to everybody. I'm just trying to get out of me what I'm trying to say right now, which is the reason that I hit the live. I just felt at this time it was time for me to come on and just say that nobody shouldn't be questioning themselves. I shouldn't be questioning myself, um, which I do about a lot of different things. But I also too, in my mind, because of the way my life been set up and the way things went in my life, I always have to go back and rewind and look and go back and look over all of the things that I do on a daily basis. Y'all even know that's been happening to me for a long time. Y'all know when I came on here not too recent, my husband was telling me that, I ain't shit. I don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So when you have people that That's just what I deal with, not with him only. Almost every situation in my life has always been like that, and that's why I say, like, I'm like a loner. But the things that I go back and look over in my life is what tell me, and which is I tell a lot of people who I talk to in my real life. Don't let nobody tell you what your story is when you have in your mind, you know what you did prior. Go back and search over your life and figure out for yourself, are you really those things? Do you really do those things, or what is your life telling you what you actually do in life? And because I can go back and see how I move and the way that I do things, I know that those things that have been said to me is not the truth. So, I'm going to take the time to apologize to myself for even thinking along the lines that I could ever be a bum. Just knowing in real life, I've raised 14 children that a lot of them wasn't even mine. And so I can go back over my life and look at what I did and know I could never be a bum. Ever. But I'm telling you, parents, that's why you ahead of time. Don't do that. Don't do that to your kids. The world will beat them up enough on their own. They don't need none of your help to do it either. So today, I'm gonna take the time and apologize to to myself, and I'm gonna say like Peach McIntyre say, pat myself on the motherfucking back, just like that. And that's basically what I came on to say. Not to apologize to anybody else, but to apologize to me for even thinking along those lines and helping any other people out that say it. And some of those people that say things like that, they don't say those things to you. Sometimes they don't say those things to you to necessarily hurt you, but they say them to you because either they want you to shut up, they want you to get away from them, and so forth and so on. Just think about it in that way. And then later on, when it come back to bite them in the behind, then um, they don't even understand why they said it to you. And I'm sure, like, if I had my mama still here today in life and I was able to have these conversations with her in life, um, she would say to me that she's sorry that any of this stuff happened to me. So, you know, all is forgiven. It doesn't stop me from coming on and talking about it because I want somebody else to learn from the stuff um that I've been through in life. And that also helps me to know there was a purpose for the things that I've been through in my life for such a time as this. So, the next time, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna be perfect and I'm gonna catch it every single time, but the next time, if I can see somebody saying in the chat, girl, go back and look over your life. Don't do it, Sean. I'm gonna understand what they say because I'm learning myself as I go along in life. Pay attention to the life you've already led. Don't let nobody tell you what your story is. You got your own story. So, my mother still reminds me, remember who you are. Yeah, go back in your story and let the way you've moved and the things that you're not satisfied with how you did those, change those things. Work on the things that you can change to make you better, but the lies and stuff that people be telling to you, take that junk and throw it in the garbage because it's not for you. It's somebody that's trying to like put their thumb on top of you and press you down and keep you suppressed, because they're giving you some words. Somebody can tell you all kinds of things. As long as you don't identify yourself as those things, then let it roll off you and keep on moving. So, but yeah, just take into consideration, the children that you have in your life, the things that you say to them. Absolutely, return back to the sender. Um, be careful with the things that you say to your kids, because one day you're gonna want them. Um, to grow up and to be strong-minded people and be productive citizens in this world. And you as a parent, whether it's mother or father, you are a part of building it. And your kids also is your report card. You think you stop getting report cards because you done with school or whatever. Nah, your kids are a report card of who you are. Some of the things that they do in life is absolutely gonna be their own mind or whatever. But for when they get ready to pick up and return back to what they have been taught, they say bring them up in the way that they should go. All of them get their little things or whatever, but then you hear about them later on. You hear them kids be saying, well, this the way my mama do it, and this the way my daddy do it, and this. My daddy don't do it that way. My mama don't do it that way. They That's your report card. They done sat in class and they done paid attention to everything that you're doing. And if you did things to them that wasn't that good, you gonna get that report card too, because it's gonna show when your grandkids come in this world what actually what did you show them. Um and I'm telling you, what they can show you by raising your grandkids can either make you or it can break you in the same way. You will see it again. So just see, the way your kids, your grandkids and stuff be getting raised by your parents. If you introduce it to your kids, chances are you will get to see it again in the long run. And that just is what it is. I know that from experience. I know that from living it. Some of the things that my mama taught me, I implemented them on my children. And then when you implement them, because that's what you've been taught, until that thing comes into your head and say, oh no, I can't do this right here because this the same thing that was done to me. And I have to do something different because I don't want my kids to feel that kind of hurt. I don't want that. And so you start working on it to make something different happen in your kids' life. So if it's something that you doing and you get that feeling that come on the back of your neck that say you was dead wrong for that, take accountability for it, move differently, do something different, so you don't have to, start breaking the chain off of it, and do something different. So but I didn't come on to stay on that long because this is my second live for the day, and I actually have a third and possibly a fourth one, a third and a fourth one too, because I'm just waiting on the sun to go down a little bit because I can't get down with all the long sleeve shirt, the long pants, the socks, the gloves, and the big floppy hat and all that stuff, because I get hot real quick and I'll be out there frustrated trying to teach somebody, trying to grow something. So today I'm gonna plant okra a little bit later on today, but I felt the need that I need to I felt the need that in the moment that this was happening, to come on and encourage somebody to do something different, and let's keep on growing. But and I appreciate all of y'all who came in there. This is one of those lives that I do right there, and I don't too much pay attention to the chat because I can get sideswiped in a heartbeat and forget about what I'm getting ready to talk about. But I still love y'all the same. Yes, I absolutely do. But this is just one of those experiences. Y'all ain't experienced that much of where I used to come on here at nighttime and I wouldn't say nothing to anybody in the chat. I come on here and drop what I need to drop, and then I end the live right then. Don't allow no questions, no nothing. Not at that time, but later on at some time, I do allow the questions to come with no problems at all. But I usually be talking to y'all in the chat. But later on, when the sun start to go down a little bit, it get real shady out there where I ain't gotta spray all this sunscreen and put on long sleeves and all of that stuff right there to be outside. I'm going back outside so I can plant my okra with for Miss Kim. Miss Kim asked me could we do okra next after I did the strawberries, and I still haven't saw any evidence of my strawberries just yet popping up. But I told y'all, planting strawberries is like watching paint on the wall. But I ain't paying too much attention to my strawberries that I just planted. I got other things that I focus my attention on because I actually already have strawberries out there growing, and they giving me fruit right now. So But that's what I came on to share, and hopefully somebody can encourage, and maybe you see somebody who you real close with that do things that you see that is that's not good for that kid. Maybe you can encourage that. It I can give the message to you so that you can tell somebody and encourage them to do something different because of the things that it put on your kids, questioning themselves about things that shouldn't be questionable. Just I can go on and on all day about this, but I don't want to rehash like all the traumas and stuff that I've been through in life to explain where I'm coming from and how it makes a human being shut down and make him not want to talk or either ask questions about where they are in life. Only for that nurse to explain to me today everything that I've been feeling, but I've been disregarding my own self. And sometimes this talk has to be for yourself because you've been through some of those things. So this just a time to apologize to yourself and go and look back in your story and know I could not be any of those things. No, not me. So hopefully that helps somebody out today, and I will be back later on to talk to y'all and later on today. Y'all have a blessed day.